Feminazi. Feminists advocate for the liberation of women from patriarchal dominance.
Given the fact that you are allowed to speak your mind publicly and not hide your face, plus the fact that you and other feminists have the backing of major news organizations, doesn't bode well with the feminist narrative that Australia is ruled by a patriarchy.
Feminism is literally defined as a movement that seeks the political, social, and economic equality of the sexes.
They also accuse men of being solely responsible for domestic violence when more than a fifth of all domestic violence perpetrators are women. They also use flawed data to push narratives, and many of them show their contempt and hatred of men in general. By the way, Clementine, in the actual dictionary definition of feminism, feminism is defined as the doctrine advocating social, political, and all other rights of women equal to those of men. This definition also describes an organization for the attainment of such rights for women. The important thing here is that it only describes an idea and a movement that is solely concerned with the rights of female Homo sapiens. So your statement that
feminism is literally defined as a movement that seeks the political, social, and economic equality of the sexes
is disingenuous, and I think you yourself agree with this statement. Also, Clementine, there is a limitation with using the dictionary definition to define something. Take for example the dictionary definition of democratic republic. A form of government embodying democratic principles and where a monarchy is not the head of state. So by your standards, the former German Democratic Republic, the Lao People's Democratic Republic, and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, that were all non-democratic one-party Marxist-Leninist states, are all run by democratic principles. Can you see the problem with your approach here?
So yes, given all that, I can see perfectly how it correlates to a genocidal political ideology that sought to eradicate an entire race from the world and establish a Third Reich based on white power.
Sweet, sweet irony.
Man-hater. I'm probably called a man-hater at least 3-4 times a day, sometimes even 3-4 times an hour.
I wonder why.
And it's always underpinned by some level of astonishment, as if it could be impossible to even conceive of a woman having any kind of feelings of ambivalence towards men at all.
I can guarantee you that no one's surprised about anything here.
And the other funny thing is, if they really think that I hate men, why would it upset me to point it out to me?
So why are you making such a big deal about being called a man-hater in this video, Clementine?
But that's not the point, is it? The point is that you're not supposed to hate men, especially if you're a woman.
Gee, I never got the memo that women aren't supposed to hate me because I'm a man. You're pulling things out of your ass now, aren't you? Seriously, have you heard of the law of reciprocity? The one that says treat others in the way you wish to be treated. So for men to stop hating women because of their gender, women must not hate men because of their gender. It's as simple as that, but it's something you, Clementine Ford, and other modern feminists don't seem to understand.
The thing is, I don't hate men. I rarely point that out, but I don't hate them.
Your Twitter feed tells a different story, Clementine.
But as women, we're also allowed to like ourselves.
Then like yourselves. No one's stopping you. You've got some self-esteem issues.
In desperate need of a good root. You've probably heard this one before.
You're offended by words and phrases that you deem misogynistic. The problem is you also use these words against other women. Seriously, Clementine.
You're an ugly, hairy, angry lesbian.
Not a completely unreasonable statement.
And you just need a good dick up you to sort you out. Come on now, fellas. Your dicks ain't made of gold.
So why are you so obsessed with them, Clementine?
Hairy! Ooh! God forbid a woman have hair on her body. It's unnatural. How dare she grow hair?
What are you talking about? Also, no one cares if you trim your pubes or not. They're not going to tell you to drop your pants and look down there. Well, at least not most people.
The thing I'd like to know is that there's a lot of men out there walking around with hair on their bodies.
How would you know that? Do all the men at your workplace walk around shirtless or without pants on?
And I really would like to know, why do they hate men so much?
So you admit you hate men?
So call me a slut. Call me hairy. Say that I'm in desperate need of a root. Call me a man-hater. Call me a feminazi. I don't care.
Actually, Clementine, you do care. Even if the message isn't offensive.
You can call me anything you like. I've heard it all before. And it doesn't matter. Because I fight like a girl.
You also whinge like an entitled toddler.
And I know that that means I'll beat you in the end.
And crying like a baby when you are beaten in the end. Ladies, gentlemen, and people of other self-defined genders, Australian feminist and nutcase Clementine Ford.